lobster, and I will not eat you. Yet.
What's the plan then?
We're going to the Winchester.
The pub.
Yeah, boy!
Probability factor of 1 to 1. We have normality. I repeat, we have normality. Anything you still can't cope with is therefore your own problem.
Yay! It's the Bork Bork. The Bork Bork. The Bork Bork. How are you doing? How is everybody? Hello, hello. I've changed some settings. Look at that. What? That's probably a little bit too much. That's probably a little bit too much. How are you doing, Tobes? Yeah, it's not quite that bright. We'll have to tweak. We'll have to tweak that a little bit. Oh, we got a Hannah as well. Hello, hello, Hannah. Hello, Tobes. Yeah, that's very saturated. It's not quite that. I'll leave it for this stream. I'll leave it for this stream. But yeah, if you compare that, because I've just changed the settings, because I was like, I took a photo of it. Have a look at the starting screen. So I took a quick screen cap of it to put on the starting screen, because it's the easiest way to do it rather than having to take a photograph and take it into Lightroom and everything. So I just took a screen cap, and I was like, it's so desaturated. I know I wanted it desaturated, so I've just gone and like adjusted it. I think I've gone too far. But at least it looks blue now. You have 8 minutes left of the Mark II video. Oh, the last 8 minutes is the best minutes, Hannah. Do you want me to stop? Do you want me to stop and kind of go back? I think it looks awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to get this on screen to look like this in real life, and I've just taken it a bit too far. That's all. Might as well go all the way and make him an ultra.
Yes, I'm a gatekeeper.
Shit, yeah, okay, I need to change it.
I'm also God's
I need to change it.
princess
Bollocks.
and the most
Hate you all.
interesting girl in the world.
Hate you all. That's not going to work, is it? Because it's going to be pointing at that. Yep, that's going to be messed up. Menu. There we go.
As a demonstration.
The demonstration of our power. A demonstration of our power. Where is it? Metering, not focus. Manage picture control. Active delighting is normal. Set picture control vivid. We want it to be. Do we go neutral or standard? Let's go standard. See what standard's like.
I think I have one in the truck.
There we go. See what standard's like. Is that better? Oh, that's better. There we go. There we go. That's better. That's better. Boom. Perfect. That'll do. 3D printing. Chris, would you please think about the Games Workshop shareholders for once in your life? What do you mean? What do you mean? Cry, how are you doing? Tobes is very bright. Yeah. Hi, Tari too. Yeah, can you restart the stream right now and put 10 minutes back on the startup? Yes, of course I can. What do you mean is my camera upside down? My camera is hanging off a boom. Like if I do that, then yes, of course my camera's upside down. Look. My camera's upside down because it's hanging off a boom. There we go. And lock that in there like that. It's the front side down. You want to see me taking photographs when I'm photographing cars. The camera is regularly upside down doing that. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit better. That's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate. It's maybe a little bit more saturated, but it's still pretty good. That's still pretty good. Car photography is an athletic sport. 'Tis indeed. 'Tis indeed. There's plenty of photos of me. I used to go to the gym and do like the back extensions in the gym for car photography, for hanging out of things. Really important. Anyway, yeah. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let's have a look at some of the other things. There we go, look. There we go. We can actually see my painting now. I just thought about it earlier. Yeah, that's completely different blue, isn't it? Cool. Which blue do we like more? Which blue do we like more? This is desaturated, this is more saturated. Which one do we like most? I imagine the hardest part is not getting run over. No, it's not really hard. I did a photo shoot where I was...
Abandoned
Yo,
shop.
Avian,
This
how
is
are
not
you
a
doing?
daffodil. Repeat, this is not a daffodil.
This one. Does everybody like this one? I can do that. I know what this recipe is. I know what this recipe is. I think I like this one as well. I'm not entirely sure I like the muted. So we can sort that out. Yeah, I did a photo shoot of a drift car, and I asked the guy to drift round a corner. And I was on the apex. I was literally well, I wasn't sat. I was crouched on the apex, and he would come in. He probably came in about 100 miles an hour, sideways, past the apex in front of me, and I had to be about 4 feet, away from him, because I was using a wide-angle lens. So I was ready to get out of there if he got the line wrong, but he didn't get the line wrong, and I was always kind of adjusting and going backwards and forwards a little bit to try and get the perfect angle. So yeah, that was quite fun. Good, yeah, good drifters are very, very sillily accurate. But yeah, that was probably the most risky. It's probably the most risky shot I've done. I've done plenty of hanging out the side of vans and hanging out the back of cars at like 60 miles an hour. I mean, I've done plenty of that. I did hanging out the back of a car. I did hanging out the back of, well, it was a van. I did hanging out of the back of a van up a ice rally stage in Sweden that used to be on the World Rally Championships around it was around an ice lake, or a lake that was like just frozen, a frozen lake. But the track went over the lake because it was like the lake was that frozen and everything. So yeah, that was for the National Geographic actually. So that was the one that earned me the Disney Princess from my mates, because that episode of the TV show is on the Disney Channel. So yeah, you've probably been in my backyard then, Sinister. New nickname, Frop Gear. I never did a photo shoot for Top Gear. I did a couple of photo shoots for Octane. I never did a photo shoot for Top Gear. I did photograph with the Stig, and I did photograph the Stig doing some driving, but it wasn't related to Top Gear. And he said I was a nutter because I was getting closer and closer to him as he was coming round corners. So yeah, I was always ready to kind of move out of the way. I was thinking they called you a princess because you were in. No, my mates call me a Disney princess because I'm on the Disney Channel. Swedish Rally is the best. Yeah, that was up in Åre. Åre. Sinister. That's where it was. That is painted nice. Thank you, Matthew. Yeah, they're not bad. We're gonna adjust the blue on this one. I did a slightly muted blue on this one, and I think I prefer this one, I think. So we're going to give this one a glaze just to kind of bring it up. It's very, very simple. I know exactly what it is that I've done. RA isn't from me at all. Oh, nice! So, hang on, have I got any...
Hazardous anomaly detected. Quarantine activated.
Images. There was one... There was a... Oh my god, I've still got him on my website. I need to get rid of that. Oh, I can't find the pic.
Huag.
I'll find it somewhere. Nadal's looking sick. Thank you very much. One stop. How are you doing, Stu? Winter rally here along the northwestern border is huge. Very cool. Thank you very much, Hannah. Yeah, so National Geographic, well, it was a Discovery Channel, really. Discovery Channel flew me out to RA for the week. So yeah, that was quite cool. Had a hotel over in RA. Is it RA or Ore? Because I know it's got the little umlaut across the top. I think it's R, isn't it, with the circle. All good. The new data sheets for Crons are incredible. Yeah, I'm kind of fed up with the 40k data sheets. I'm like, just give us a stat line again. I don't know. I'm getting fed up with that. Oh, this one gives sustain 1 if you put it in this unit. Well, of course I'm going to put it in that unit because it makes them more stupid. More killbots. More killbots. Night Lords, that reminds me that I managed to kill Sevatar the other day with my White Scars command. Nice. I have an acquaintance who used to drive rallies. Sweet. She's insane. Nice one, Sinister. Sinister, do you know... Richard Tuttle? First time view and it starts off with fuck you.
Christopher.
That's Purple's. So everybody has an intro sound, Scruds. Everybody has an intro sound. Scruds is on YouTube. He's watching on YouTube. So everybody has an intro sound when you come in. Well, not everybody, but some of the longer term viewers have intro sounds when they're coming into the stream. And Purpley Sparks is A B C D E. Fuck you. So I can't say no if you want a cool intro sound like that. Who am I to say no? I wanted to start an Art Deco of San Francisco and Portland Instagram page, but then I saw how much the tilt lenses are, and oh my god, yeah, tilt lenses are more expensive than this lens I've got here. They're insane. They're insane. I dropped playing 40k before 9th edition, been playing 30k since. Nice! And some of us are going to torture Chris for failing to give us an intro. I is an AO sound, like the A in tall. So Ore. Yeah, I thought it was Ore. Anyway. I've been remembering it wrong for years then. Sheep go Baha. We should change my sound so Disney doesn't revoke your royal title. I don't think Disney have any choice with my royal title. It's my mates.
All hail and Hubble Tarry II, High Empress and Goddess of all the stuff, God favourite princess, ruler of all the castles ever built, painter extraordinaire, super duper extra nice person, and artillery tarry for Trench Crusade. Fuck. Moo. Tongue.
I have sorted out that and taken that off. There's no Ray at the end. It's Aura. It's Aura? Aura? Or is it the Y? Tari 2. Lang a short A. Fuck me too. Yeah, wait, I think we've established that Chris is God's favourite. Why am I God's favourite princess? Nice, you got it. Yes. Yes, Sinister. Yes. Fantastic. I like Swedish, so it's nice to get it accurate and right. Yes, so I have removed that, which is good. I need to. I've also snapped off. This arm, so I can try and get that on perfectly.
Christopher. Music. Do I need to cross the ocean to kick your kneecaps?
Cross the ocean? You've got to cross half the bloody planet if you're going to kick my kneecaps, Olivia. And why? I'm impressed you're up, to be honest, Olivia. Isn't it like 4 a.m. for you? So thank you very much for being up.
Great. Focus.
What do you mean focus?
Focus.
What do you mean focus? It's perfectly in focus. I was doing that on purpose. because I noticed my hair coming into shot a second ago. I recorded, and so the video, exclamation mark YouTube, if you want to go and watch my latest video. My latest video on YouTube, I had to record twice because I kept having the thing on like this, and then going, oh, that's really interesting there, and like, oh, looking at like my head would keep coming in and interrupting the view. I was like, fuck's sake! So I had to re-record pretty much the entire video, which was very frustrating. Anyway, let's move that a little bit further on. There we go. So that I don't. There we go. Perfect. Now you know how we feel all the time. You have that sprue. Which sprue? This sprue. This is the Mark II. Anniversary Vampire Lord has your note. The Anniversary Vampire Lord is really cool. The Anniversary Eldar is also really cool. So yeah, they are very, very nice, Mr. Stu. How are you, Stu? Are you okay? Are you good? Stu has asked me if I want to go and do a doubles with him in February. He's given me no time at all.
Notice that this oversized black pudding still doesn't fucking click on the fucking button so that we get music. Moo. All May for Chris Frozen, the Disney princess, rally car passenger, almost Darwin Award winner, as for the Stig, cameraman for Top Gear. Oh no. Anyway.
It's not my fault I just popped up. I know. I went up because I was looking for Curse the other day, so I went up into the loft and I actually had my Night Lord's box. So I've got more than I thought painted, or at least suitable, but I don't know whether it's 1,000 points. So yeah, I mean, it's probably passable. Is he less dusty now? Well, he wasn't dusty before. This guy wasn't dusty before. Do you know where I put Conrad Kurz? He was. You have a Night Lord's Demon. You do have a Night Lord's Demon Prince. You do. Shit. Yes, you do have a Night Lord's Demon Prince. Yeah. Any prizes for guessing where I put the Night Lord's? You saw the photo.
And this steamed cauliflower found Kurz in a rhino. What a goober.
The Night Lord's Primarch I found in the Night Lord's Rhino. Not the Rhino, the Land Raider. Found it in the Night Lord's Land Raider because I was clearly like, oh, I'll tidy everything up. Right, where's Kurz going to go? Oh, I'll put him in the Land Raider, like I won't lose him there. And just and put the Land Raider to one side. So I found him in the Night Lord's Land Raider. I picked the Land Raider up because I was moving things, trying to find this guy, and it rattled. And I was like, what the hell's in that? Oh, shit. So and yes, I have cut him up. I've cut his legs up, and so that we can do him standing, which will be quite cool. So we're going to do a standing pose.
I won't lose him there. Proceeds to immediately lose him.
I don't know how long he's been in there. Probably about a year. Yeah, I'll add up how many points I've got. One stop. I think it's not very much. I think it's only like 3 tactical squads, a unit of obliterators. I've obviously got a chicken. And that's yeah. There's not a lot. There's not a lot beyond that. Like I've got flesh hounds, which you gave me, which are kind of purple to red. They've got that little fade on, but we don't really want to use those because they're allies. I don't think I even can use those. Demon Princes 165. We've all put something in a safe space. Hey, Sisnix, how you doing? He needs to sit, not stand. What, Mr. Conrad Kurz? Mr. Conrad Kurz can't sit. He needs to stand. He needs to stand up. He's going to stand up and be awesome. But yeah, I will check. I doubt I'll be able to kind of get something suitable done, but it would be cool to do one at some point. But like I said, I need to have something ready to go because we've been meaning to do that. That's been the idea for ages. So I do need to sort that. So I've got at least 1,000 points of Night Lords to do something with. like my missing orc beast snagger. He must be in a stay face and he will show up someday. I was getting really annoyed. I was getting so annoyed. I was like, where the bloody hell is he? Where is he? And then he was in a Land Raider. Of course, he was like, why wouldn't you put Kurz in a Land Raider? Yeah. Anyway, I've got all the Mark II stuff. All the Mark II stuff has come out. This is the really annoying thing. This is the thing that's frustrating me about the Mark II. Okay, and the Mark II. Well, the Mark II Assault Squad in particular. What does everybody think about this? So. And it's for the Mark VI as well. It's accurate for the Mark VI as well. If you look at the Mark IIs, you've got the elbow down here, plenty clear of the shoulder pad, right? So they've got like good length on the arms and stuff. Like there's space and they seem to be proportioned and everything right. As soon as you get.
We can't see shit as your head is hiding everything.
No, it's not, because it was a second ago, and then I moved out of the way because I saw it. Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha! As soon as you go to the assault ones, for some reason, they seem to shorten this top part of the arm. So when you put a shoulder pad on, it comes all the way down past the elbow, look. It's really annoying. I don't know why they do it. So now, on the assault ones, I mean this one as well. So this one is this one. I mean that one is like quite abruptly cut, but this one is pretty accurate on being stretched out. Put that shoulder pad on there. Look, it's right up over the elbow joint. What's all that about? I don't get it. They can't take their helmets off because of the pauldrons. You'll have to write a strongly worded letter to them. Put a bit of tacky in the shoulder. I mean, there's ways of sorting it out because I have sorted it out on my Mark 6s. What I do is I cut the knob off the connection point, lower the arm down, and then put the fill this with a tiny little bit of milliput. And then squash it on and get it a little bit higher, and so that it sits higher. So it sits there like that, but it's still a shorter arm, and I don't understand why they've done it. I don't understand why they do it. It's really weird. So yes, I can sort it out, but why have they done it? You heard it here first. I do miss the old Mark II overlapping leg armor plates. I think they were better looking. Did the old Mark II have overlapping ones? Oh, okay. Okay. I do like the Mark II. I really, really do like the Mark II. We can sort it out, but we don't want to have to sort it out. It shouldn't be something that we need to sort out. It shouldn't be something that. It shouldn't be needed to be sorted out. It should just be why is it not just that arm in the first place?
There's a very simple explanation as to why they do this. Because you don't turn on the fucking music.
Yeah, okay, I'll turn the music on. They've been doing it for 40 years. We can sort it out. Probably for the best. The Marines on the other side go, oh, idiot with a helmet, and all good for him. It's funny, no overlapping armor plates initially, then overlapping armor plates in resin, then back to overlapping. Could that be shorter arms, exaggerate the... Like, I've thought about it. I've thought about why a lot, and I can't come up with anything. I cannot come up with anything. Like, I don't want to snap that off. But it's exactly the same on the Mark VI as well. The Mark VI jump pack assault marines have this really short bicep as well. It's really bizarre, and also it hasn't got any. The assault one doesn't have any rivets on the pauldron, on the greave. How weird, but yeah. They just seem shorter. Maybe it's because they're worried that if they have longer arms, it will make them look disproportionate. But honestly, it makes them look disproportionate because the shoulder pad comes all the way over to the elbow. It looks rubbish. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I'm only talking like a millimetre. I'm only saying that is like a millimetre too short. And the way you sort it out is you snap that off, and you just drop the whole arm down, pack the shoulder pad, and you just lift the shoulder pad up, so the shoulder pad goes there like that. So you lift the shoulder pad up and drop the arm down by the same amount, and you've kind of sorted it. But really annoying. Well, it's not really annoying at all, is it? Like, it's a complete, like, first world problem, third world problem, whatever it is. I can never remember which way around it is. But but it's just, it's unnecessary. That's the word. It's exactly that. It's unnecessary. It's an unnecessary. I mean, I could almost use that arm. And that's the thing as well. If you want to just smash some arms together, they're just smaller arms, aren't they? Oh, it's anyway. Right, I've got to put some music on before. Oh, what's that, Avian? Oh, is that the overlappy one? Yeah. What do we think? Do we like the overlappy one, or do we like the segmented one? I quite like the overlappy one. But I do, I must admit, I do really like the Mark II. I really like the Mark II kits. I think they're fantastic. They look really, really good. And then if you put, tink, put the plasma gun. Whoops. Where's a bit of tacky substance? Where's a bit of tacky substance? Oh, there it is. That's the non-overlappy. Tacky substance. I was just about to put them. I'm going to get shouted at again in a second because I was just about to put the music on. Olivia's going to lose her patience. They just look so good, look. And then you can put the Sons of Horus. I really like the Sons of Horus helmets. I'm going to use loads of those on my Night Lords because I think they look great. So there's a Sons of Horus one. It's kind of annoying that the Night Lords one is a Mark 6. So it's like that beaky helmet. So I'm not entirely sure that it matches the Mark II. So the Mark IIs might have to have some of the Sons of Horus ones. Like that, and paint them up with the Night Lord's colour scheme. That's the overlappy one. Oh, I can't get into that one. That one's some Black Legion market. It won't let me see that. Silly me for not saying hello. Hello, Avian. How are you doing? How are you doing? Right, what was I doing? Oh, music. That was it. Music. Bad people. Music. There we go. No, it just gives me a. I have to log on. It gives me a log on rather than showing me a. A picky. Right, so before we do anything, I do want to go over everybody's projects because we've had loads of projects. We've had loads of project updates, so I just want to go through everybody's projects. We have in here, I encouraged everybody, just so that everybody knows, I encouraged everybody in here to just put a list of all the kind of all the little projects and stuff that you want to do this year. Just like throw everything down as a list, and then when you start working on one, you get to have your own thread in here of like some of your things. So like I've got my Night Lords one in here, so I'm going to build and paint all the units I want for the Night Lords, and then work out what I need to add to make it an army, etc. So I printed out some chain glaives. There they all are printed out. That's one finished with the Mark 6 helmet on and everything. And then I had to reprint some chain glaives as well, etc. But I'm just going to go through because we've had some really, really cool ones on here. So, for instance, Purpley Spark is going to do Blackstone Fortress. What is this wicked sorcery? Planning sounds like heresy. Well, it's don't think of it as planning if you think it's heresy. Think of it as sharing your progress with us. So, let's have a look. So, we've got Blackstone Fortress from Purples. We've got Cursed City from Purples. There's all Purple's Cursed City that she's going to be painting up. And Purples has been absolutely smashing out some projects, as we'll see in a little bit. It's only heresy if we actually follow the plan. Oh, okay. So we have to plan to fail. So I do need to definitely pick up that new oh yeah, oh look at this. So this is one of the best projects that we're going to have to keep an eye on. Teeny Tiny's Halfling Bretonnians. If you haven't seen them, this is Teeny Tiny's Bretonnian army made of halflings. This is going to be so good. So this is why I've tried to do. I had the idea over Christmas to do this. So created the rooms and then just kind of encouraged people to join and create the threads. Look at this. This is going to be amazing. And then the cool thing about this as well is that because this is your own thread, then we'll be able to see the progress a lot easier than like in the work in progress images. Like in here, it'll be far easier to kind of see how you're all getting on and the journey through. Look at this. Oh shit! Chris had an idea. I did. You're gonna start with the Lady of the Cake. Fantastic. The Lady of the Cake. If anybody, there we go. There's the Lady of the Cake. The Lady of the Cake. I thought, Manaringo, how dare you? Your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries. Now leave now before I taunt you a second time. What kind of cake? What kind of cake is it going to be? Are you going to paint a red velvet cake? Or is it going to be like an icing and cherry and all that? Chocolate cake? Triple chocolate cake? Fantastic. So yeah, this is Teeny Tiny's All Fondant. That's Teeny Tiny's project, and I would encourage everybody to throw in their little projects in here as well. So Christine's been absolutely smashing them out. So Christine was working on an Eva O2 Evangelion. So there's that. Super cool. We got a second look at that. Breakdancing. Yo! Yo! I think maybe a Victoria sandwich. Can't go wrong with a Victoria sandwich, can we? We cannot go wrong with a Victoria sandwich with piped cream icing on it. They're really cool. I think Purples, have you got 3 of these? Did you get 3 of these? I seem to remember that looks familiar, and I think it was Purples who had some of these. And that's the other thing as well, like because we can go through everybody's projects, we might get you guys inspiring each other to do stuff as well. And then Christine's done another Gundam kit. What's this one? Just got the box up here. Yeah, so this is Gundam Perfect Strike Freedom Rogue. Freedom Rouge. Sorry, not Freedom Rogue. Look at that. Roar! Oh, that's the same. That's the same body as my mini one. The mini one I've got. You've already built 00 and 01. Oh, so that's literally the one that you need to build, the 02. Gundams are so cool. I do want to do like a proper grim, dark, battered up one, which will be the. It'll be the. Oh, what's the big red one that I've got? And then Christine also did some Underworlds. Smashed out some Underworlds. Purple. Is there a purple Zaku for you? You want a purple? I mean, if there's not a purple Zaku, then buy a... I'm sure there's a purple Zaku, isn't there? If there isn't, buy a Zaku and paint it purple. I really need to get some Underworlds done. I really like... this isn't the one. I like the... Is it the Eyes of the Nine? I can't remember whether she's got pictures of all of them up here. I think it's the Eyes of the Nine that I really like. No, not that one. That one's the... yeah. So the Eyes of the Nine is one of the last war bands or gangs or whatever they're called that I need to pick up. Have someone turn Blue Horrors as Tweedledum and Tweedledee. I'm torn between painting one of the warbands I own or buying new ones. What new ones would you buy? And then Christine also did some Morbeg Knights. Super cool. I like that one. I do like that pose. I do like that pose. Because I was going to use these when the AOS had those allied detachments that you can have. You can have the these are part of the Flesh Eater Courts detachment that you can ally into the Soulblight Gravelord. So I was going to do these, but have vampires riding them. I thought that would be really cool, like just a unit of 3 of these like weird bats with vampires riding them, but I never got around to it. Yeah, they're awesome. And then the Vargulf. You want the Hedonites and the Seraphon ones. Warbands. I think I have the Hedonites one. I haven't got the Seraphon, I'm not interested. Oh, here we go. Everybody read chat. So, Chris and chat, sorry to interrupt, but I need to make up a name for my Imperial Fist roster for the Crusade in the next 15 minutes. I'm thinking the Indefatigable Presidium of Terror. Thoughts? Well, why are we not doing the Hannah of Wrath? Why are we not doing the Hannah of Wrath? Or the Indefatigable Hannah of Wrath? Or the Indefatigable Hannah of Terror. Because everyone else picked serious names. Well, the Indefatigable Hannah of Terror does sound rather cool.
The fist of the Hannah of Wrath in your butt.
And I want to try to be serious for 5 minutes, but I really like the Hannah of Wrath. The Hannah of Wrath is fantastic. Presidium sounds very togas and beer bellies. God damn it. The Indefatigable Hannah of Terror. The Hannah of Wrath. The Hannah of Wrath is serious. The Hannah of Wrath is very serious. I think it's very serious. togas and beer bellies is perfect. Presidium means protection bastion in Latin. I'm all for Latin naming. All my MMORPG characters are Latin. Well, most of them, and then you get Khalida. I have Khalida because Khalida's my favourite queen. So the Presidium Hannah of Wrath. The protection. The indefatigable cunnilingus of terror. The Committee for the Liberation and Integration of Terrifying Organisms and their Rehabilitation Back into Society. How about that? Oh dear. I'm not a good idea person right now. People said Toga's beer belly's Latin and the brain went vomitorium. Well, that would be a good for a Death Guard company. The indeflatable cunnilingus of terror. The indeflatable. The terrifying fist of Presidium Hannah. The terrifying list of Presidium Hannah. Do something that can be shorted to boobs or vag. Yeah, there's Tobes. Stopping to paint bits where stickers are meant to go is slowing me down a lot. Vomitorium is actually an exit for you. That would be good for a Death Guard. I just really like the Hannah of Wrath. I thought I laughed so much and it put so much joyous. Well, it just put so much joy in my head thinking of the Hannah of Wrath. Tobes has all the great ideas. Listen, all of you, stop being silly or off to the paint glove. The indefatigable Aegis of Terror. Why does everything have to be indefatigable? The Bombastic Order of Badass Soldiers. There we go. The Bombastic Order of Badass Soldiers. If you want to be serious, use the Presidium Aegis of Terror. The bashful organisation of brazen security. Furious Aegis of Terror. Also known as FAT! Because I like making people say it because most Americans can't pronounce it correctly. Oh dear. But then that's not being serious either. Replace bashful with bombastic and their set. The bombastic organisation of brazen security. Indefatigable because the tired Aegis of Terror does sound very impressive. The absolute Aegis of the Axis of Awesome. I used to play an Age of Sail ship MMO and my American teammates never believed me how it's pronounced. In America, it would be indefatigable. That's how they pronounce it, wouldn't it? Because they put the emphasis on the second syllable. Like aluminum. And oregano. It's always on the second syllable. But no, it's indefatigable. Yeah, the indefatigable Aegis of Terror is quite good. I'd go that one, but I'd still do the indefatigable Hannah of Wrath. I'd still use the Hannah of Wrath. That's my that's my suggestion anyway. The bombastic, I know, but then you can't have the hilarity of getting Americans to say words that they can't pronounce if you just put bombastic. So I am with Hannah on the indefatigable. Right, so that was targets. Oh, is that the last one? I'm sorry, I thought we had one more project. Did we help at all? Do we need to have a vote? Would you like a vote? Very aggravated guys with Hannah's of Wrath, obviously. I'm not sure I trust Olivia to do an accurate poll on this though. I guess Hannah is even more lost now. Yeah, probably. It's like getting a Scot to say purple burglar alarm. What's the Irish? The Irish and mirror, mer. And there's another one. What's the other one that they say? Mirror, mer. And there's another M word that they all just pronounce it mer. How about one-eyed, two-fisted, flying yellow people eaters? Well, now we're just getting into the realms of silly. Balcador and cheese. Balcador and cheese. Fantastic. Want to get fisted? There you go. Can I fist you? Malcador and cheese. Malcador and fisting. Oh dear. We all live in a yellow fist. We all live in a yellow submarine. The Fist of Bananas of Indomitable Wrath.
The bombastic bombards balance precariously on the palisade of pomposity.
Praetorian Undaunted Special Service Youths. Target. Thank you for the bits, Avian. Oh dear. We're not helping at all, are we, Hannah? So you've still got, what have you got now? You've probably got about 3 minutes left to pick your name.
I have the answer. Dawn is even more boring than Guilliman. Of Wrath.
Of Wrath. Fortis Armis Regulus Titanis. Oh my god. Oh, Target's on form. Target is on form today. Yeah, like even that one that's like cut up in half clears the elbow.
Go fuck yourself, Perps.
Oh! Oh dear. Oh dear.
Just kidding. Love you less than 3.
Shots fired. Just kidding. Less than 3. How much is loving people loving someone less than 3? I mean, it's only leaving 2 and 1 out as an option of how can you love her more than 3? What, Perps or Olivia? I mean, you're going to struggle to love Olivia more than 3. Aegis of noble allies to ladies. Topes. Oh dear. Infinity. Infinity. Yeah, the Sons of Horus ones are really badass, aren't they? They're really good. I'm going to need to get another box of them. I'm going to need to get another box of them because I definitely need to put more of those on the Night Lords. Because they're going to look really good on the Night Lords, aren't they? And the other thing is I can't fit the Mark 6. It's not going to fit in there, is it? Because it's got the stupid... It's got this collar. Or the gorget. So it's not going to fit. So it needs to be a shorter... Needs to be a shorter helmet for those ones anyway. Oh, that looks really cool in there. That looks really good in there. Aegis of Noble Ultimus Secundus. I like that one. Ultimus Secundus. I asked Google to translate "fuck you heretics" to Latin. It came with Vils heretic. Villis heretic. No, we are golden gods. We are not yellow-bellied. Love your lesson 3 is kind of devastating. Olivia, you're not doing yourself any favours with the love your lesson 3.
Another one. Our wall is stronger than you. Peter Turbo. Fuck you.
Oh dear. Olivia, how much do you love Sexy Science Hannah? Love You Lesson 3 is definitely the opposite of Lovely 3000. I can't wait for Hannah to tell us she's been kicked out of the league for using crude names for her army. Bastion of the Undaunted Terran Terrestrial Services, also known as BUTS.
Well over 9,000. Obviously.
Well over 9,000. So not less than 3, Olivia. Oh dear. Also known as BUTS. I want to know what she's going to call her army now. What are you going to pick out of all these ridiculous ones, Hannah? Oh dear. I wonder if you could go Sean Connery versus Fighter Plane in The Last Crusade against those 30k jump packs. Snow shovel time. Futurita Ipsum Heretic. Use that one. Use that one. Go. Use that one. Use that one. Romans go on the house. Romans go off the house. Oh dear, absolutely brilliant. Sean Connery versus Fighter Plane in The Last Crusade against the jump packs. What do you mean against the jump packs? I got an extension. Oh, you got an extension to naming. I mean, I think you've just nailed it. Futurita Ipsum Heretici. They have such a mechanic, run a swarm of birds through them and bring them down. Oh, yeah. Shooting their own jump packs. What would be a 40k version of an umbrella? Ella. What would be the 40k version of an umbrella?
Another one. Veni, Vidi, fuck you.
Yeah, Veni Vidi, fuck you. Personal void shield. I think it would be an umbrella, but it would be some weird Da Vincian version. Like if you think of an AdMech robot trying to draw an umbrella, like one of them, it would be almost like a cocktail umbrella. It would be completely flat. Actually, I think it was one of the Abnett novels where people had to hire umbrella carriers to keep the acid rain off them. Oh my god. The Emperor's Umbrella. There we go. That's what you need to call your name. That's what your army needs to be called. The Emperor's Umbrella. I also need to just fill in these straps around her legs, because she comes with little pistols that go there, but I don't want them on there. I think it ruins her lines. So we're going to. She's just gonna be there like that. Pew pew pew, like that. Pew pew pew. She's gonna be awesome. The indefatigable Presidium of Terror, Futur T Ipsum Hereticae. This is the name I'm officially yes, I think you should do that. I mean, unless you want to replace Terror with Hannah. Hanner. Or... oh no, yeah, Hannah. I like it though, that's good. I like the really, really long name as well, because then the people will have to, like, well, they'll either have to give you a nickname, they'll have to give your army a nickname, or they'll have to read out the entire thing, which is also very, very funny. I'll just add, also known as Hannah of Wrath. No, because then they'll just call you the Hannah of Wrath, and they won't get to say the whole thing. They're Imperial Fist, so I'd go with Terrible Builders. Actually, I just realised the umbrella was probably thought to be a personal flight pack. Mary Poppins, also to put horrid Dick Van Dyke Cockney accents into their head. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheree. Okay, maybe I should remove the then, so it's just one long name. Yes, put a full stop after Terror. Put a full stop after Terror, and then just have it as a long name. Oh god, that looks really good, doesn't it? That looks really good. What do people think? Because I haven't finished recording the Mark II Assault Marine video yet. Because I've only just finished building them, kind of thing. But I wanted to kind of brainstorm what everybody thought about the shorter arms before I finish the video off, because it's annoying as hell, to be honest.
Great.
Focus! Focus! Focus!
Sorry, Tari. Thank you. Yeah, they do look really good with those helmets. What am I going to do with the Terror Squad? Like, whoa, actually, what am I going to do with the Raptors? Oh, actually, isn't that... no, because that's the pointy one as well. How am I going to get the winged helmets? Oh god, they look really good though, don't they? They look really good. Where's a chain glaive? Staple cyber cherubium to their heads.
Their Imperial Fists, so a fitting name could be the Frightful Fisters.
Their Imperial Fists, so a fitting name, the Frightful Fisters. The Frightful Fisters. Look at that. Rah. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, brilliant. Fistus Maximus. For the description, I'm putting big yellow autistic. Fistus Maximus. Yeah, these guys look really cool, don't they? Now, how are we going to do this as Night Lords? Are we going to... am I going to have to, like... put... green stuff... flayed skin... and chains on these. Like I could put chains. That's the other thing. That's the other thing. If I did that, I could tie this. I could tie this onto there with chains. I could have chains coming from there to the top of there, rather than having these like connecting things. And then I could use these. That might be quite interesting as well. Would have to have the cherub crying weekly. A buddy of mine got diagnosed with autism at age 39 last month. I threw a welcome to the team party. Now I want to be a partially animated comic of two Night Lords. One had cyber cherubs stapled to his helmet with the wings weakly flapping. The other legionary goes, you know what? You know that is. Actually, that is kind of terrifying. Big yellow, not a banana. Big yellow shooty. Imagine the Night Lord and Slaanesh 50 Shades of Nostromo. When I got diagnosed, I told my friends and they were like, yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. Yeah, of course. We just accepted that you were autistic. Right, that's nice, friends. Yeah, these heads are proper cool, aren't they? I kind of want to try and get some wings on them though, but I don't know how. I suppose you could get some bats. You can get loads of bats and just cut the wings off. That would be really awkward to try and get on there all the time. It was just a few years ago and I was like, how did no one tell me? That would have made so much difference. It would have been so much easier if you'd have just told me like 10 years ago. Please use the entire bat. What, the entire bat on the helmet? Would be cheaper. Why would it be cheaper? It'd be the same price. I've still got to buy the bat. I'd just use less of it. Right, so we have to paint that one separately as well, so that we can glue that on at a later date. Purples is on the lurk. Purple's on the lurk again. I had better start painting, really, hadn't I? Yeah, Hannah, I hope you enjoyed the Mark II video. If anybody else has watched the Mark II video, let me know what you thought of it, and I will get the Mark II Assault version up very, very soon. And I need to get some more. Don't know what to do with the Night Lord's helmets. Like, it's really cool that they're Mark VI ones, but I want them for the Mark II and the Mark III. God, that was really whiny, wasn't it? I want them for the Mark II and the Mark III. Right, let's glaze. We need to glaze this and get it up to that. Get it up to that blue. I've got to watch a few more minutes of it and then I will comment something controversial for engagement paid for you. Thank you very much. Yeah, if anybody ever wants to comment controversial stuff on my videos for engagement, that would be very much appreciated as well, of course. Oh my word, I've just remembered my face cam. I've not sorted my face cam at all. I've been overexposed on my face cam for most of the video. More than 4. Always glazing these Night Lords. Got to watch a few more minutes. Thanks. Now my brain is asking, how would you code with the ICD of Baila's Tell? It's coding system for medical diagnosis and procedures. Oh. And as a result of Hannah's offer, I am trying to fit in a 24-hour stream. I am going to have to get a little bit healthier before I do it, so it won't be immediate. It won't be like next week, but it will probably be in the next few weeks. Because we haven't had a 24-hour stream for a long time, so. There we go. Amazing, amazing how a little bit of glazing helps. "24 hours is rough." 24 hours is rough. Like it's hard work, and you do get very tired. Now, I didn't get very tired when I did it last time because I was quite fit. I've lost a little bit of that now, so I'm just going to grab a little bit of that back just to make it a little bit easier. There we go, is that better? I think we're all happier with that blue now, aren't we? I think I am. I think I like the I like the saturation. Like the Raven Guard I've quite enjoyed because they've been muted. But I do quite like the kind of I've always kind of painted with saturation. Like that was one of the things that somebody said to me is like, I quite like your style of highlighting with saturation. And I'd never really considered that before, but yes, I do tend to highlight with saturation. So I think that's quite a good thing to try and do with all of this. And then that, again, that has a little bit of variety between the legions, right? Because we've got the slightly more muted and battle damaged Raven Guard, and then you can have the textured and varied. Because like this is still a little bit muted because you've got the bone on there as well. The red's obviously going to be nice and rich, and then you've got the very saturated bright blue of the Night Lords, which I think should be quite a nice little contrast between the three legions. So, yep, ultimately I'm all for that. That sounds good. Should I start with 2 units of 5 heavy intercessors or 1 unit of 10? I mean, honestly, personally, I would start with 2 units of 5. Because that gives you room for development and experience, and it's not obnoxious. Because if you just do 1 unit of 10, you can just like power it up and point it at something, and you don't really want to. You want to have a little bit more of a room for story. Oh shit! Sorry. Thank you. Cheers, Tari. Tari's on it today. Thank you, Tari. I think I might have moved. I might have moved where the camera is. Let's go right vertical like that. Might be, yeah, there we go. That's quite a long way in. Cheers, Tari too. So yeah, I will let you know when we do a 24-hour stream again, but we'll definitely do one this year. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's why I would pick 5s. That's why I would pick 2 units of 5. It's like self-policing. Self-policing yourself to tell a more interesting story. But that's me. Like, if you want to play it differently to how I would play it, then you do you. I'm not going to tell you how to do you. I'll name my character Titus. That's fantastic. Yeah, not Titus. Titus. I should take a captain or a lieutenant. I'm thinking leveling the lieutenant up during the campaign would be fun. Yeah, leveling a lieutenant up would be amazing. Lieutenant Titus. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Thinking your character Rory Dex. Also brilliant. I'm nearly out of tea already, you know. Right, so we need to get Who's that? Who's that? Chillaby, 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 Chillaby. Thank you for the follow, Chillaby. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I got myself some more Warhammer stuff. Nice. What you get? Tau Empire Commander, oh dear. Okay, now I'm going totally silly. How about Habakkuk Loveless for a Dark Angel console? You'll have to explain that one, Avian. Nice one, Chilby. Is it going alright? Yes, sweet. I really get Warhammer stuff because it's easy for D&D stuff, but I go for Warhammer Club at school. Sweet! You've got a Tau Commander isn't for D&D. That's not going to fit into D&D. There we go. Yeah, he looks pretty cool. He looks pretty cool. Yo, how are you doing? Hook and Pin. Hook and Pin, we were looking at your projects earlier. We were going through all the project planning page, which was super cool, looking through all your Underworld stuff. And the Evangelion, the Flesh Eater Courts. How are you? Are you home now? Yay!
Focus! Focus!
Thank you.
Focus!
Made sure it went my eyes. Waiting for cottage pie. Oh my word, cottage pie. I've got jacket potatoes tonight. Jacket potato. I might have baked beans. Might actually have baked beans with my jacket potato tonight. Because I usually have tuna and cheese. Because tuna and cheese on a jacket potato is amazing. But I might have baked beans tonight. I know I said that last time and it didn't work. I still had tuna and cheese, but I might have baked beans. How was your day at work, Christine? Oh, I got the I've got her a little bit more broken up, so we can start doing like sub-assembly painting on her. I do need to remove her head. There we go. So we can start doing sub-assembly painting on her and then kind of assemble her back up. Because what we're going to do is I'm going to zoom in loads. We're going to put like the head on a pin, and then we're going to zoom in loads, and we're going to paint this with like magnifying glass and everything. And then all this will be for Golden Demon because it's such a nice model. Such a nice model. That's the plan. So I'm going to email Artis Opus and see if I can get some new like 000 brushes and rock and roll some teeny tiny Golden Demon painting. And then I've also got to, I want to, because I'm going to do a lot more conversions on my YouTube, so I need to keep track of all the conversions I do. And the one that I've just started, which I completely forgot to start filming, is obviously Conrad Kurz. And then another one which I've just started, which I'm quite annoyed about really, because it would have been a really cool one to do, is the Wartrike. So I might kind of redo the forks on the Wartrike, just so I've got some video of it. Because I think that would be quite an interesting one to almost just do like a YouTube series on that one and just kind of copy it and follow along. Just little short, because I want to do little shorter videos on converting stuff. There's one coming out next week, should be quite cool. Some of his, this is going to be my biggest model out of all the models I have, and that is not my brother's, I borrowed. Colour me shocked. Colour you shocked? Chris. Jake Paul is suing Anthony Joshua for punching him. Fantastic. In a boxing match. I mean, I did hear rumours, but I just thought that was just utter bollocks, because how can you sue somebody for punching you in a boxing match? Okay, list is done. I just can't decide whether to do 2 or 1 tonight. I mean, I'd go 2 5s. You know my thoughts on that. It was a great punch as well. It was a very, very satisfying punch. And if he was a boxer, The only reason he broke his jaw is because he wasn't biting down on his gum shield like boxers are told to do and taught to do. So if he was a boxer, he would have bitten down on his gum shield and he wouldn't have broken his jaw. Quite simple. Quite simple. Hey, Hanny, how you doing? I'd imagine the contract included wording to keep Paul safe and winning. I don't imagine that the contract had him winning, but I do imagine that it had him kind of vaguely keeping safe. But with the 5+ kisses, it would be really... It would be very, very nice. I completely don't doubt that, Hannah. However, it's a Crusade game, and I would rather have the ability to self-police myself and take that ridiculous tool away from me and have more interesting interactions on the board. That's how I would play it. If you want to do it, then that's completely up. Oh, cheers, Hanny. What a donut. I asked for a beating, I got a beaking. Now I want to see for it. All Paul's fights are rigged. Yeah, like we don't know, but yeah, whatever. I'm facing 2 Count Nice armies and I'm using one of the worst detachments in the game. Fun! Awesome, Hannah. Sounds really cool. I also don't know what the approach of your players is. Like, I think it's pretty shit to have 2 Chaos Knight armies in a Crusade campaign. So you do whatever you want, but I would still, if I was doing it, I would still be running 2 units of 5. Because it's 1,000 points. It should be 500 or 750 to start as well, but Logan Paul, he is to some degree, yes. If you are nice, 3 predators. Anyway, positive vibes, woohoo! Bring 3 gladiators. You have opinions. I mean, wrestling is all opinions, isn't it? I can't believe they had John Cena lose all his games. I can't believe they had Naomi winning that fight. I can't believe what do we call it? What's her name? The Storm girl, Jade Cardill. I can't believe she's still wrestling. I don't like Tiffany Stratton. So wrestling is all, and I suppose that's why it has such a following, because you either love it or hate it, and that's far better than being completely ambivalent to it. What Logan Paul is doing in WWE is what? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree with Logan Paul. I think Logan Paul is good for wrestling. I think he's a good wrestler. I think he does a good job in the ring. I think his ego gets to him a little bit, but then what wrestlers don't? AEW baby. Is this everybody's favourite jump pack? Like, what was the Mark III? What was the Mark III? Did the Mark III have a jump pack assault? And then what was the Mark IV? Is the Mark IV this one? Is that the Mark IV? Or Mark V? Like, do all Marks have a jump pack? Because I don't think I've seen Mark III. There's no Mark III jump packs. Gotcha. I watched WrestleMania. Not sure about the Rumble because it's in Saudi. I can't. I didn't enjoy watching the Saudi one. Okay, last thing, and I'll leave you alone for 24 hours. I'm taking 2 units of incursors, but I would swap one for a unit of suppressors, and the suppressor would stay back to screen out the rear for a while, then move in to shoot when there are more deep strike threats. Alternatively, they would be my deep strike unit. I mean, I would take one unit of... I'd take a unit of incursors and then a unit of suppressors, yes. But then, Hannah, I approach this Crusade stuff completely differently in my head. Not really into Primaris armor, but I do like the modern jump packs. Oh, do you? I like the Cave and Shrike jump pack. I really like the Cave and Shrike jump pack. I think that jump pack's fantastic. It's not going to go on, is it? Because it's not got the gap. Yeah, I really like the Cave and Shrike jump pack. I think that's really, really cool. Not a big fan. Not a big fan of the new ones, but they're okay. I think that's one of my favourites. I really do like the Mark VI one as well. I know that's weird, but I really do like the Mark VI one as well. I'm fairly limited by what I can get battle ready between now and the 14th. Have you got... So, well, in that case, I would definitely go the suppressors then, Hannah, because there's only 3 of them. Although incursors do paint up quite quickly. But then you're, like, airbrush oil washing them, so they're going to look pretty bloody good straight off. I think the fan engine backpacks existed before, and so did the Blood Angel single engine ones did in resin. Yes, I know these ones existed, and I know those ones existed. The Mark VI ones are new, aren't they? The new Mark VI plastic, which are here. I really like. I do really like the Mark VI ones. I think the Mark VI ones look fab because they're like a evolution sort of thing. So these ones I'm pretty sure are new, and then these ones were seen on the Blood Angel guy first, I think, because it's a slightly larger backpack, which is why I gave it onto my Praetor. My Praetor's in the box, but yeah, my Praetor has the slightly larger backpack, and then I also gave it like a beaked rim as well, sculpted and an extra bit on the top of it, which looked really cool. I'll probably do that on one of these as well. I'll probably sculpt a little bit of an extra one on for like a character or something, which would be quite cool. But I do like. I think this one's... Is this one Mark IV or Mark V? But I do like these ones, the single jet ones. I think they are cool. But these are just nuts, aren't they? They're just nuts. They're almost like AdMech. They're so like brutal. Oil washing. What do I need to get to make it look real good? What do I need to get to make it look real good? What do you mean? Thin it less than you think. Yeah, you do need to thin it a fair bit. You can test it on the edge when you kind of do it. I've done there's a few videos on my YouTube with oil washing on it, and I think I talked through it a fair bit. What thinner do I need? Some odorless. Make sure you get odorless stuff. So I've got the Bob Ross one. There's a Winsor & Newton Sans Odor, or Sans Odor, which is like no odor, Sans Odor. The Winsor & Newton Sans Odor one is quite cool, but I've got the Bob Ross one because if you're doing oil stuff, Bob Ross can't let you down, can he? Odorless thinner dries slower than hardware store mineral spirits but costs more. Yes, and it also doesn't stink the place out. And I'm more than happy to not stink the room out when I'm using oil wash. So if I was like recommending somebody to get into oil washers, I certainly wouldn't say here use the really stinky stuff, because that's just going to put them off. Isn't the Mark 6 drum pack a retro engineered from the Chaos Warp Talons? You use Sansador. Hey Alfredo, how are you doing? I'm very well, thank you. Yes, how are you? Retro engineered from the Chaos Warp Talons? I have no idea. I have no idea. They do look a little bit like the Chaos Warp Talons, I suppose. Yeah, they do look a little bit like the Warp Talons. Maybe it's the un-chaosified version of the Warp Talon ones. It's looking pretty good, that. I like this. Right, let's do... oh, that's what we need to do. Right, let's do that. Yeah, there's a few videos on my YouTube about it. If you want a little bit of a conversation about it, and you can see me doing it. My last, but it's the Raven Guard video. Go and have a look at the Raven Guard video, because I do two different oil applications on that, because I do an overall oil wash, and then I also do some oil drips as well. So yeah, go and have a look at the Raven Guard army painting video. That's probably the best one. Exclamation mark YouTube. If you need to follow me on YouTube. Sorry. Yeah, I was just trying to remember which videos I used oil washers on. And I just remembered I did an army painting one on the Raven Guard. So yeah, that's the video to watch. The oils are fun. I like them more than enamels. Like, it's got to be whatever paints you use. They've got to go. Honestly, they've got to go a long way for me to get me away from using them rather than acrylics. Because like even oil washes, you can do 90% of the oil wash stuff with fucking contrast paints. Contrast paints and the contrast medium. You just don't get the longevity of editing it on the model that you do with oil paints, which is one of the cool things with oil paints. You can edit the look for fucking ages until you even when they're dry you can reactivate them and kind of edit them. So you can edit them until you put a varnish over, and you don't even need the varnish. But yeah, watch the video. I kind of talk about as much as I can, and there's a bit more context because I'm actually doing it. Shit, I need a Volkite so I know what's what. Well, that's going to be, I'm going to make that metal. There, it's all copper and that's gold, isn't it? So there's not actually any silver on that, is there? That's right. That's right. There we go. Looks like shopping is in order. Let me know what you want, Christina, and I'll link you my affiliate, Amazon affiliate stuff, because you can grab that off Amazon, and you can grab those off Amazon as well. And then I tend to use the Winsor & Newton oils. I'm now realising I will not be able to finish building this model before I had to go for tea. That's alright. That's alright. You never have to rush building models. That's one of the things that people do far too much. They rush building the models. Like, it's a hobby, and your enjoyment, if you can get as much enjoyment in terms of time out of it as you can, then you should do. Like I'm still building this one because I'm trying to clean up every last little inch, every last little millimetre of fitment, so that I can paint all these separately and then just glue them together, and then they'll be a perfect match. So I'm taking ages on this, but then this is going to be like a competition piece anyway, so it's a little bit different. Yeah, Absalom 502 is good. 501. 501? 502? The Absalom is slightly faster drying as well. Not that it really makes any difference. It doesn't matter when it's going to dry at all, because you just leave it. Especially when you're starting. You did start later than you wanted. Again, that's not a problem. It's worth picking up 1 or 2 sets with a bunch of little oil tubes. They'll last a lifetime. Yeah, don't beat yourself up because you started late. Like, you didn't start late. You started at the time you started, and you've got however much you've got done. People put so much pressure on themselves when it comes to Warhammer stuff, honestly. And everybody has to stop putting so much pressure on themselves about Warhammer stuff. Like, there's so much, oh, I haven't got this painted. Like, I need to get that painted. Well, why do you need to get that painted? Do you need to get that painted because everybody's telling you need to get that painted? Do you need to get it painted because social media is telling that you have to get it painted? Or do you have to get it painted because you really want to see it getting painted? If you want to get it painted because you want to see it get painted, then that's setting yourself a timeline and setting yourself a goal. And that goal can get done however long. It's insane how much pressure the Warhammer hobbyists are putting on themselves, and the amount of time that I see, and honestly the amount of time that I see, I'm just not up for painting today. Well, don't paint then. it's absolutely fine not to paint today, because it's a hobby, and it's a hobby in terms of it's completely different from a job. A job you have to go to. A hobby is the exact opposite. A hobby is something that you choose to do in your spare time, right? You are making the choice. You are not harnessed to it. You are harnessed to your job, and when you get back at the end of the day, you don't have to paint. I have to paint because I do it as a job. I have to stream and I have to paint. So I've got a different approach. I have a different mentality that I have to come on stream and I have to paint because that's what I do. That's my job. So I am under harness of Warhammer because I have to paint. You guys do not have to paint. If you don't feel like painting, chill and read a book. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. And then when you get excited about something, like if you come and you watch me paint a Night Lords and you suddenly get really excited about wanting to paint a Night Lords, then go and paint the Night Lords. There's so much pressure on the Warhammer hobby, and honestly you have to remove yourself from it. There you go. There's my little rant. There's my little, it's not even a rant, it's like a mental health thing. Like, stop putting pressure on yourselves. I need to move that out of the way before it sneaks into view, otherwise I'll get in trouble. There we go. That's not allowed to sneak into view. There you go. Preach. Tari's agreeing. Oh my god, I'd love to start making YouTube shorts. I don't know how to start doing YouTube shorts because I stream all the time, and like there's little bits like that I would love that to go out as a YouTube short. I have pressure on myself to do some exercise. Maybe I should put a little pressure on myself. It's always a good idea to step back and do the Weiss. Can you go back and clip it? Yeah, you can go back and clip it. You can go back and clip it if you go to my Twitch and you click on my name and then you go to videos and you watch the not live stream version of this, then you can scroll through and then you can clip it. Oh, sorry. Honestly, a lot of people, I think, pick up Warhammer because their mates are doing it, and then they get peer pressure into doing Warhammer. Right. So you end up doing Warhammer for your friends rather than doing Warhammer for yourselves. Where's Morghast Bone gone? That's Screaming Skull. Is that Morghast Bone? That's Morghast Bone. Let's get Screaming Skull out as well. Anyway. Yeah, the new vampire's nice. I like it. I mean, I got into Warhammer 3, my friend. But I was already a huge like model fan anyway. God, this is that camera is right in the way, isn't it? I might have to if I paint over here like that. If I adjust that and turn it to there. There we go. Let's try that. Make sure it doesn't capture secret projects. No, the secret projects are that way. Well, there's one that way, but it's a long way that way. That one's finished. Those ones are still being painted. I can show you soon as well. If the Autark has build options, that would be cool, but otherwise not wild about that one. I quite like the Autark. I will get the Autark because I can use it as a base, and then like kit bash other parts onto it. Just enough to not confuse 30k with 40k. What was that question? Not too much, but it's always there. I love that they are putting a steady spotlight on Eldar. I'm going to be sat in front of the oven waiting for food. Yeah, I've got jacket potatoes are in the oven at the moment. Nice and slow cook. So I will finish at some point. I'll finish at some point, and then I will finish off. I'll then finish off that YouTube video, the review of these, which should be quite cool. Try and get that up. And then I need to do an intro into the Kurz video as well. Baked beans and cheese? No, what with a jacket potato? No, just baked beans, I think. I usually have tuna and cheese. But I'm very, very tempted to have baked beans on the jacket potato today. Just baked beans, no cheese. You don't need cheese on the baked beans. Cheese on baked beans makes for a not very enjoyable eating for me. And I love cheese. Thing is, the tuna and cheese on a jacket potato is so good. If I have baked beans and it's not very good, I'm going to be disappointed and be like, oh, I knew I should have had tuna. And I have like I do like a tuna mayonnaise with chili flakes in it, so it's like hot tuna. Yeah, just as an aside, I'm happy I've stopped with the Siege Studio thing, because this is how I like painting. More cheese more often. You get gassy. Who gets gassy? More cheese more often. Cheese with everything, apart from baked beans. Like, I will happily put cheese on absolutely anything. Apart from baked beans. Like beans on toast, no cheese. A wheel of brie. Oh my god. Oh my god. Brie. I've only got a tiny bit of brie left from Christmas. I'll probably have it tonight with a little bit of the prosciutto that I've got left as well. So during the cricket I'll probably have prosciutto and brie. That looks pretty cool. That little cracked bit there, and then the bottom of the drawer. It might be cool if we could see. Oh shit! Oh, did the battery not work?
Battery, Christoph.
Why? Why did the bot not work? Why is the bot failing all the time? The bot's. Why is the bot down? Oh, let me get the bot sorted out. Purples, are you there? I can't log into my bot at all. Did you ever get around to replacing the wolf? No, I didn't. But I was going to use the Aether Wing. I was going to get one of the Aether Wings. That was just what I was going to do. Perps, are you around? Perpsicles. Oh, I got in. Hang on, I've got in. Let me restart. There we go. You got a new bird to paint. Nice. Right, there we go. It should be up in a second. Picked up a hand of the Archon kill team to make a bit of a squad for my new Archon. Nice. Disney sucks. Why does Disney suck? One of them has a bird. The hand of the Archon kill team does have a bird, yep. You've got a new bird to paint. Yeah, I've got... so the hand of the Archon has a bird. I've got that one. I've also got the Corsair kill team. Is it the Corsair kill team? That one has a bird as well. Teeny tiny little bird.
Yes, I'm a
Yeah, no, I'm not
gatekeeper.
going to have it. It's not a teeny tiny little
I'm
bird.
also God's favourite.
Yay,
princess
Tari's
and
here.
the most interesting girl in the world.
The Aetherwing. The Aetherwings from... Hang on, let me show you. Aetherwing. So I was going to use one of these. So if I was to use a Aetherwings are huge. Well, no, they're on like small bases, but that's the size of the model that I would use to replace the wolf. Because the wolf is on like a cavalry base, isn't it? Want to hear about some sexy science? I always want to hear about some sexy science. So yeah, that's what I would use to replace the wolf in the kill team. Yeah, appropriate size replacement for a wolf, I think. Yeah, it's not going on somebody. It's not like going. It's not flying off somebody's hand. In which case it would be too big. But it's just replacing the wolf. Use the one from the Underworld's warband. Yeah, can do. Me and a co-worker were talking about how our holidays were, and she said the only problem was SQRD -1/8. When you first pitched the idea, I was worried about most bird models being too small to look appropriate, but the Aetherwing is about the right size. Yes, it is. Pi is ready. Woohoo! Which simplifies to I/8. Brilliant. That's brilliant, Hannah. I like that. Need to steal this from my brother, him do science. Him doth do science. What time is it? Fucking hell, it's 6 o'clock again already. Right, we'll go for another hour or so, and then we'll be streaming again tomorrow. Of course we will.
Who took the jam out of your donut? You took the
did.
fucking jam out of my donut, Tommy. You did.
Love that one. I love that one. Thank you very much for the bits, Christine. That was really kind of you. And yeah, you took the jam out of my donut. You did. Need to add some more sound alerts in there. If anybody's got any more sound alerts they want me to add. The Star Wars one's brilliant. I like the Star Wars one as well. The Fate one. Darth Maul. Just more red dwarf ones. Need all the red dwarf ones, don't we?
Probability factor of 1
1
to
to
1.
1.
We have normality. I repeat, we have normality. Anything you still can't cope with is therefore your own problem.
Such good line delivery on that. Such good line delivery on that. The Hitchhiker's Thursday one is short and sweet. See you later, chill.
Rude alert! Abandoned shop! This is not a daffodil. Repeat, this is not a daffodil.
Find this. It's time like this. I wish I'd listened to my mother. Why? What did she say? Well, I don't know. I wasn't listening. What's that from? Let me see. Let me see what's on there. Hang on. Library. Search.
I think I got it, but just in case, tell me the whole thing again. I wasn't listening.
Oh, that's Hitchhikers, is it? What's the Dexter one? Oh no, not that. It's only one result. No. Let brother. I just got into Warhammer through the Space Marine game. Got a huge lot of Ultramarines from Joy Toy. Ultramarines. How you doing, Ames? How you doing? We're painting some Night Lords today. With the lightning strikes. There's an infinite number of monkeys outside who want to talk to us about the script for Hamlet they've worked out. There's an infinite number of monkeys outside. Brilliant.
Good. Share our warpstone, and I will not eat you. Yet.
Yet. Let's cut off the spare heads of things like Blood Bowl sprues and keep them forever, knowing full well I'll never do anything with them.
What's the plan then?
We're going to the Winchester.
The pub.
Yeah, boy!
Need to rewatch the Cornetto trilogy. We did it in movie night a few months ago, didn't we?
Yeah, but we can always build more killbots.
We could always build more killbots. How you doing, Target? Welcome back. What's everybody painting tonight? Have we got any painting going on tonight? Kill team assembling, nice. I'll probably build some more Mark IIs. Oh, I couldn't find Avian. I couldn't find my resin torsos. I'm not sure if I had any because I can't find them. But you are 100% right. Where is the torso? That one there. So that Mark II Marine, torso straight off, resin one fits straight on there perfectly. So it's a nice way to add a little bit of variety. It's the only kit that has a separate torso. And like I said in the video, you can cut the Mark 6s and the Mark 3s up if you really want to make a torso fit, but that's just very convenient, obviously. You can nearly do it with another one as well. There's another one that you can nearly do it with. Basically, you just have to cut the loincloth, cut these three little armor plates off the belt buckle, and then you can do it on another one as well. Of course, Chris subverts the expectations. I do. I was watching the Mark II video and you're talking about the torsos, and I'm like, I 100% expect him to twist one of these. It would be very, very easy to do. Yeah, you could definitely torso twist them. Unfortunately, I don't think Games Workshop sell them anymore, do they? So it's gonna have to be a YouTube purchase thing. I might see if I can find some for the Dark Angels, because I think the Dark Angels, although to be fair, the Night Lords ones that I use in the video, that I show in the video, they would be really cool because they add a lot of flavour to the Night Lords. I need to rewatch it again. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that, Avian. Chris's Nightlord band running around the galaxy twisting people's torsos. Yep, until they crack and snap. I'm getting very hungry now, everybody, so we're going to have to finish in a little bit. Pretty they will make 40k character with Solomon Akura bringing Alpha Ares to spare back and all. I reckon we'll get a Alpha Legion kill team at some point. I don't think that's too far off. Because we've had a Night Lords kill team, haven't we? I reckon we'll get an Alpha Legion kill team. I don't think that's too much of a stretch. I don't think that's too much of a stretch. Does this Night Lord meet your approval so far, Tari 2? The Empress of the Night Lords? Didn't Solomon reclaim the spears, blades and the haft is still with the Ordo Malleus? So far so good, excellent. All my fire alarms are going off, so I guess it means my floor is getting inspected. Oh no! It's all right as far as Night Lords go. You sound like Toby there, Sinister. You sound like a grumpy Toby. Well, it's all right, but it's not a word bearer. It was scheduled for today and tomorrow, so it's actually good to get it over with right now. Nice. It's better than a word bearer. Actually, that could work with my headcanon. We need some gold. Let's get some gold out. God, that was a shit. That's a shit Volkite pistol. Horrible cast. Leaving an oily smoke. My last apartment in San Francisco was this old building that survived the 1906 earthquake. The only one on the block. They turned it into lofts. Stop going outside when they went off. To see if the two spears are similar. Ooh. Should make a 1,000 Suns kill team. I'd love to do a 1,000 Suns kill team. That would be cool. Regal Dawn is out of stock right now. Oh no! What, in the UK? No, he's here. He's in stock. The Soul Drinkers books are quite old. The Alpha Legion is one from 2022. Last apartment in San Francisco was the old building. Alferis's Pale Spear is super OP, cuts through anything as if it wasn't there. Then again, the Soul Spear was kinda OP in the Soul Drinkers books. Oh. The Harrow Master book covers some of that. I guess just in the US. Yeah, probably. Oh, he's cool as well. He's cool. Yeah, Rogal Dawn. I mean, you just... that's okay, but... That's the one. With a red cloak though, not purple. So cool. I love the rich gold on that. Brilliant. Ha, rich, but If I were to get a commission, would I get an insurance policy that gave a big discount if Regular Gorn came back in 11th within a year of the commission date? Yes. Yeah, I don't mind that. Right, let's do Screaming Skull. Just to finish off the skulls, and then I'm going to go and make my jacket of potatoes. And I will go with baked beans. I think I'll probably put some chili in them to make them hot baked beans. But yeah, I think I will go with baked beans on my jacket potato today. Hot sauce and baked beans, yep. I'm just going to use him as Gulliman. Yes, definitely. Yep, use those rules. I haven't looked at the data card, but I'd probably be able to do a quick Photoshop once it's painted and stick that picture on Gulliman's data sheet. And you can say, well, it's just Gulliman's data sheet. I've just printed it out with Dawn's pick. I just have to not know Darius, Lysol and Gork Targan. You know what I want? A cheese omelette with spring onions and hot sauce. Oh, cheese omelette. Now I want a cheese omelette. Yeah, I've got some sriracha sauce I'll put in the baked beans. There we go, Tari 2. trying to make this one a little bit darker. So I've not highlighted this one as much in the mid-tones, but you still need to highlight it with the highlight. There we go. Right, everybody, there we go. So tomorrow we're probably ready to do the lightning strikes on him, aren't we? Now I want to do really, really fine lightning strikes. Like I want to do more than this. This was like a quick test one. I don't mind the one on the shoulder pad, to be fair. That one's quite okay. But I want to do loads of tiny, tiny lightning strikes, which will be quite fun. Lobster friend no eat. The contrast on these looks chef's. Oh, cheers, Hannah. Chef's kiss with tongue. Fantastic. Yeah, I like contrast. Like that's one of the reasons why I really struggle when I do airbrushing. Like I really struggle to get the contrast when I do airbrushing. So when you airbrush, it's very difficult to get a hotspot. So what you tend to do when you're airbrushing is you get a hotspot and then you glaze it back, because just the way the airbrush kind of fades out, you tend to not get the quick contrast transition up. So you kind of highlight it and then you glaze it back. And glaze the darkness and the contrast back in, whereas ultimately I just kind of like doing it with a brush. I just find it quicker. Well, not particularly quicker, but like you get more kind of textures and everything as well. So I'm really enjoying that. I think that looks really good. And also I'm glad that I went through and did the setting on the video, because that now looks much closer to what they actually look like in real life. Whereas yesterday, as you could see from the starting soon screen, if you look at the starting soon screen in terms of how much saturation it's got, look. So that looks nothing like that. And the starting screen is basically just a screen cap of this. It's just a screen cap from my screen, because it's faster than taking a photograph for whips. I don't tend to take photographs for work in progress stuff. I just do a screen cap from the screen. Yeah, that's improved. That's improved that. So I'm glad I've done that, and I've punched up the video contrast, which is good. So yeah, there we go, everybody. I do love this axe. I'm going to have to put this axe on one of the other Cataphracti Terminators I've got, because it just looks badass, doesn't it? It's just awesome. Absolutely awesome. Fire inspection done. Nice. One of these things is not like the other. Airbrush is too smooth for me. It's all right on some things. Like I didn't like. That's one of the reasons why I didn't like my Raven Scouts. You know, the Raven Scouts that I did. I used exactly the same color scheme as this, but I did it with the airbrush because I thought, oh, it's 40k. I'll do it slightly less grimdark than the Horus Heresy stuff. So I did that with the airbrush and I didn't like it. So the latest Raven Guard for 40k that I've done, which you'll see next week, I've done with the paintbrush, and it looks so much better. So yeah, smoothness is fine, but you've still got to add a little bit of grit to it, if you like. Okay, thank you very much. And yeah, just to sneak Sexy Science Hannah's interest again. Boom. There we go. Right. Is there anybody on that we can raid? I hope so. Bye-bye. See you, Tari. Bye, Tari 2. Bye, Tari 2. See everybody tomorrow. Cryo's on. There we go. Cryo's on. Bye, everybody. Thanks very much for all the follows, and thank you very much for the follow back. Thanks for all the follows. Thanks for all the bits. Thanks for all the subs and everything. I'll see you all tomorrow. Yay! Bye bye.